Hello, this is our screencast for our first essay for the semester. This is over Unit 1, Government Democracy. First thing to notice up at the top here, we have our formatting requirement. In this case, we'll be using MLA style throughout this unit. Your essay is 4 to 6 pages. Important reminders, always keep up with the discussion board posts to get some inspiration for writing topics. You have your due dates for your responses, your rough draft and annotated bibliography, and then also your final draft. Our writing purpose is going to remain consistent throughout the semester. Essentially, we are getting practice summarizing, evaluating, and synthesizing ideas in order to create a strong academic essay. We'll essentially be writing the same essay 4 times throughout the semester, but you're going to get better at it each time. With our topic, our audience in this case is an audience interested in government. It's a curious group looking at concepts such as the relationship between the leader and his or her people, ethics and leadership, and the rights of the common people in government. They're interested in what you have to say based on your readings and your interaction with the class discussion board. You have some guidelines there that I'll let you read it on your own. The guidelines are essentially strategies, but look through them. Make sure, especially with this one, using your quotes effectively. Set them up with an introduction beforehand, some context. Make sure to analyze them before moving on. Remember also that you can use outside research. You can show what you've learned by applying these writers to modern contexts and situations, but don't leave our writers behind. At least one writer from our readings should be a consistent source throughout your essay. The assignment in this case, you have 5 options here. The 5th option is on the next page. First option, consider what we've read. What is the obligation of the state to the individual it governs? What is the obligation of the individual to the state? Is one more important than the other? Using our writer's ideas, establish the optimum balance in the relationship between the two. Option number 2, what is the ultimate purpose of government? What is the role of the prince, the master, the sovereign? These are all labels given by our different writers. What is the role of the people? What is the role of the state? Focus in on just one question. Select 2 writers, compare contrast how their essays answer it. Option number 3, Rousseau's social contract emphasizes the role of the common people in civil society. Jefferson sees the people as having the final power and even choice in regard to government. So who are the people? Consider the attitudes that each writer has toward the essential goodness of people and the essential responsibilities of the monarch or leader. Option number 4, how do the ideas of these writers contribute to how our government and its people conduct themselves today? So which ideas are applied on a regular basis? How are these ideas applied? Which ideas have been rejected completely? Why? How might we use these ideas of the past to create an even better future for the U.S. and its people? Option number 5, staying within these guidelines, develop your own topic. So these are just starting points. Begin with them to help you brainstorm, but feel free to wander and see where your own inquiries might take the essay. Narrow your focus as you gravitate toward a final thesis for your essay. Remember, it is going to be an argumentative thesis. For your annotated bibliography for this unit, we're going to use the academic research databases on the Washburn University Mabee Library site to find a source of research that you can apply in the essay. So it should be credible, but credible sometimes is really not enough. Sophisticated sources are going to have reference or works cited pages. It's up to you and your grade if you wish to use a simple yet credible source or a sophisticated and credible source. Once you've found your source, create an annotated bibliography using these 3 steps. We're going to create a citation in the citation style that we're using for the essay, write a 1-paragraph summary of the source, and finally write a 1-paragraph response explaining how it ties into your developing ideas, as well as how the source is helping you shape your argument. If you choose to use more than one outside source, you do not have to do an annotated bibliography for additional sources, but make sure that all of your sources are credible. Non-credible sources are going to hurt your credibility and damage the effectiveness of your argument. As far as using sources, you need to use a minimum of 3 sources in your essay. That can be a combination of 2 from the textbook and 1 outside source, 1 from the textbook and 2 outside sources. But whatever source you use for your annotated bibliography, that source must also be included with your essay. So I love this spot. If you choose to print this out, you can create additional notes. The thing that's really going to help you out here as you write your essay is our discussion board. So again, I'm going to go to Communication and Discussions. And here we have our Unit 1, Government and Democracy. There's no threads, no posts at this time because it's very early in the semester. But you have posts for each readings. You do not have to respond to all of them, but you should be responding, engaging with your classmates on at least a few of these readings as we go on, so that way you can get ideas for helping you develop your essay in the semester. These posts then on the discussion board will also help you develop your online responses. So I'll have another screencast for those responses a little bit later, but let me know if you have any questions.